kind of nervous because I just sent over $5,000 and there's like a small part of me that's kind of worried that I'm getting scammed. All right, new day. It is bright outside. The sun is shining and the scammers are scamming. Actually, I don't know if he's scamming yet. I checked the tracking this morning and it says return to sender. I already spoke to him on the phone last night. I also know where he lives. So I just don't understand it. He does not seem like a scammer. But do scammers ever seem like scammers? I don't know. Is that the baby right there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's a big one.
All right, let me scan it out.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Put it up for you. You got it? Yeah.
Now I gotta send him his money. Damn, this got really packaged it good. There we go. Crazy. Holy shit. All right, guys, I finally got it in. I got the package in. Yes, it is here. The stress is over. I've actually had it in for a little over a week now, but I have not had time to go through it just because I had the personal live, then I had another Whatnot live last night. I've just had so much stuff going on. This is like one of the first times that my apartment actually looks somewhat clean, even though behind the camera, it's just piles of clothes. If you missed the last two Whatnot streams, I'm telling you, after you see this box, you will not want to miss any of the upcoming streams, so make sure you follow me on Whatnot, top link in the description. We have a lot of pieces to show you guys today. I spent $10,000 or $9,500 to be exact for 68 shirts. So it comes out to right about $140 per t-shirt, which is a pretty high average when you're buying that many tees. But I think when you see what I got, you'll understand why. Obviously you see what's on top, the absolutely gorgeous Soundgarden Bad Motorfinger AOP. This one right here is insane. They go for anywhere from like $800 to $1,500. Another Black Hole Sun. Both of these are gonna be hard to get rid of. I think there's a listing on eBay for that one that's like $1,500. Those are two that I definitely want to keep. And there's a couple other pieces that I kind of want to hold on to from the box. My goal is to basically sell everything in the box and keep the pieces that I want and possibly use one of the pieces for trade bait to get another piece that I want for myself. Puff Daddy, No Way Out. It's all about the Benjamins. We're gonna put that in the maybe keep pile. The Guns N' Roses Spaghetti Incident, Notorious B.I.G., Akira. This tee, be careful when you see this online. It is faked a lot. This is one of the reasons why I opened the box. I've seen this one in person. I also have pictures of the one that I had to compare to. It is on a Euro tag. The print is perfect. And I also, with a lot of these tees, because they are higher end pieces, I did make a couple calls just to have a second, third, and fourth opinion. Some of these tees are pretty rare, and there are some that I have seen in person and I could kind of tell for myself, but there are others where I just kind of would call other sellers who have sold those items to compare because I wanted to make sure everything looked good. The whole transaction, although it did have some hiccups and I was definitely worried about being scammed in the beginning, which I'll explain a little bit later on, but yeah, it worked out in the end. Riders on the Storm, AOP Lightning, The Outer Limits. That is an old TV show. I've never seen this shirt. Single stitch, size large, USA made. These are some of the ones that I made some calls on. The Wanda, one of these recently sold for right around $2,000. The Mosquito Head JFK, so 2 mosquito heads. This Nirvana Nevermind, it's like an early 2000s, 2002 to be exact. I would like to get the OG on the silver Brockham tag. Usually that tag is a little bit more boxy, which I prefer. Oh, the Craig Mack, this thing is insane. Princess Diana wrap tee. The Montel Jordan, this has some cracking on the back. This is another one that I've actually wanted in my personal collection for quite some time. Bone Thugs and Harmony, sadly a size extra large. I just sold one of these in a size extra large. Look into my eyes on the back here. As you guys know, I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. I've wanted this tee in a boxier fit, but normally these fit a little bit bigger. They are on the All Style tag. It's 1997. The first CD I ever owned was a gift from my brother who passed away, and it was the Look Into My Eyes single. So I used to listen to that song on repeat. The Murder King, this is one that I actually did take downstairs and get a photo with the Eat Death tee before I sent that out to Rodé. This is another one that I want to keep. There's so many good tees in here. And we are time traveling to the future. It has taken quite some time to finish filming. I had to kind of expedite that unboxing because the next day I had to wake up at like 4 in the morning to go to a flea market and buy some more stuff. I got so much good stuff from that flea market. Of course, I will probably release the footage from that in an upcoming video. I have a couple other flea markets coming up. I'm gonna be going to ThriftCon in Portland. Make sure you pull up if you are in the Pacific Northwest. I've also been buying like crazy on Whatnot. You guys will see some of that stuff in upcoming videos, but let's get to this. These are some of the pieces that I'll probably keep for the personal. The Black Hole Sun Soundgarden with the little embroidery on the sleeve. The Soundgarden Bad Motor Finger all over print. I do actually have another Bad Motor Finger. To be honest, I actually kind of like it more because of the fit and it's just a lot more simple. Murder King, one of my favorite fast food establishments, home of the slaughter. If you guys watch the personal live, you guys know I sold the Eat Death. Don't worry, I already traded to get that back because I just miss it so freaking much. I showed you the Puff Daddy, the Montel Jordan. However, I do have a couple other pieces that I'm considering for the personal collection. Now that being said, of course, the vast majority of the stuff from this bundle will be sold. In fact, I've already actually made a couple sales. The first bundle I sold includes the 2 mosquito heads, the Wanda and the JFK. The Akira that I showed you, this beautiful Iron Maiden that I did not show you. This other Iron Maiden that I'm not gonna lie, I did not want to sell. Iron Maiden X Factor, this thing is so sick. Beautiful Heartbreak Hotel wrestling tee. The Razor Ramon wrestling tee. This says Get Wired on the front, but this is actually a Cable Guy t-shirt. And then of course the Lex Luger wrestling tee. My man's is buff, but his tee sucks. That is an ugly ass t-shirt. I sold all of these for $3,100. Then I sold this Flaming Lips, this Sade, which I actually wanted to keep in the personal collection. This is the Lovers Rock Tour. The Dinosaur Jr. and then 2 of the tees that I already showed for $2,800. Also, I kind of briefly showed the Notorious B.I.G. rap tee. There's a little inquiry about this one, so that may get sold. And then I worked out a number for these 3, the Shaggy rap tee, the Erykah Badu rap tee, and then of course, Blue Rodeo, 5 Days in July, 1994. I have never heard of this band, but this t-shirt is gas. So if that last deal goes through, that'll be like, what, 16 shirts gone and $7,600 back, so $1,900 spent for the remainder of the t-shirts. Getting into some of those remainders, first we will go over the band tees. We have the Get a Grip Aerosmith. We have the beautiful Dark Side of the Moon, the Throwing Copper band tee. This is one of the coolest graphics for a band tee in my personal humble opinion. Now we're gonna start heating up a little bit. We got the Allman Brothers 1995, the Space Your Face Grateful Dead all over print tee. That thing is nuts. The Grateful Dead, what are those windows called? Not mosaic, stained glass window. As a Grateful Dead tee, I actually kind of like this one. If this was cropped and did not fit so big, this is one I would consider keeping. The all over print Grateful Dead, always a classic. This one is so sick. The Have a Dead Day. Honestly, this is looking like it may fit a little short, so this one may actually get kept. I also got some Iron Maidens. I forget what they call this type of tie-dye. Then you have this Iron Maiden as well. One of my favorite Megadeths. I would love to find this in like a faded, boxy, large. 1995 Euthanasia. This is probably one of the only Megadeths that I actually want in the collection outside of the hoodie that I already have. This AOP Megadeth, which I've actually had in the collection before. The absolute classic, probably the most reprinted t-shirt of all time. Metallica Ride the Lightning with the back hit. Then we got this Ozzy Ozfest 97. This one is so sick. And then of course the Ozfest 2000 Y2K, the year the world was supposed to end. We also got some wrestling tees. Little sleeveless rock, Shut Your Mouth Jabroni. Another little sleeveless classic. Out of all the portraits you could have used, why'd you let them do you like that? Bret the Hitman Hart, World Wrestling Federation on the back, all over print, nice boxy fit. Then we have the Euro Undertaker AOP, and if you thought this was the only AOP that we were gonna have, you thought we were gonna show you an Undertaker tee and not have the Rest in Peace Undertaker all over print, USA made on the Wrestling Federation tag. You are out of your mind. We have this John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. We have another Princess Diana, Candle in the Wind on the back. Put that in the rap tee pile. We have the Insane in the Brain Cypress Hill with the back hit, of course. The Soulfly Candy Rain vintage rap tee. A lot of these old like 90s rap bootlegs are extremely valuable. Kind of funny because a lot of the 90s rap bootlegs are more valuable than the 90s these rap licensed tees. Now this next tee I thought was a bootleg, it's the Spice Girls, but I was talking to a homie of mine and he was actually saying this is a Euro tee. So kind of sick to see, all over print, actually insane. Have not seen this one before. And wait, there's more. We have the McLennans, created by an artist, Alexander Kasapalov or something like that. I don't know how to say my man's name. This is like an art piece that was done by him, and it's kind of like an anti-communism tee, if I remember correctly, because the artist is kind of poking fun at Vladimir Lenin. I don't know, I'm probably saying his name wrong. This piece is sick. Of course, on the back it says the party is over. Then we got this sick Nissan tee. You have a little caricature, a little action figure on the front with the Nissan. As you can see, he got a little shorty in the passenger seat. He is definitely not your average Joe, but I need to not do that, but I have not seen this tee before either. The Hasbro licensing, G.I. Joe, single stitch on the Fruit of the Loom. Then we have a Star Trek tee, and there was this weird situation, and I kind of touched on it briefly, and it kind of has to do with this Star Trek tee that I got for free. That and one other tee will have to wait though, because I want to go over the personals. Like I said, I'm gonna keep this one for the personal for now. It doesn't fit me exactly how I like tees to fit, but it is one of the better fitting tees. However, if you guys know, I kind of like a little bit more of a boxy cropped fit. So yeah, this isn't boxy, but it's definitely not as long as some of the other tees. This also fits pretty true to size, but once again, not ideal. I definitely prefer the fit of the other Soundgarden that I showed you guys. I'll put some clips on the screen so you can kind of compare the difference. I will put the length of both tees on the screen as well. These came with, I can't close my door because otherwise I'm probably gonna get heat stroke. These all came from his personal collection, so they're his size, meaning it may not be my size. They are all pretty similar in size. Most of them are XL, some are larges. Now this does fit me really good. However, I'm probably gonna sell it. This one is insane, beautiful. I've wanted this in the collection for a long time as well, but I don't know, I just don't really like the look of this t-shirt on me. I've seen it on other people and I'm like, oh man, that's so sick. I want that t-shirt that you're wearing. But then on me, I don't know. I just don't like it. You guys can let me know your guys' opinions, of course, in the comments below. This tee is definitely bigger. This will probably get sold as well, although I did originally tell myself that I would keep this. I may just keep it for a little bit. 9-inch nails tee, absolutely gorgeous. Here we go. This t-shirt fits me freaking amazing. If I had to rate it, you know, if I was one of those judges rating like figure skating competition or something, I'd probably rate it like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. It fits me really good, especially for an XL, but it does make sense because this is an 80s tee, and normally 80s tees do fit a little slim, and they're actually pretty hard to even find in this size. This one I really want to keep in the personal. This thing is crazy. The Lick Me Psychedelic Frog. Although I have never really been into psychedelics, and when I did partake in mind-altering substances, I did not really dabble in the arts of psychedelics. I was more into downers at the time. This is insane, especially since this style is just kind of ahead of its time for people who liked psychedelics in that time. Like, it's just kind of crazy to see Lick Me. You have this lovely lady right here licking the cow on the front of it, and then on the bottom it says Psychedelic Frog. If you have any information about this tee, please let me know. Hopefully someone knows some sort of information. Then we have a couple more that will probably get sold, but are all tees that I love. These are some of my favorites. We have the Nirvana sliver with this tie-dye. I actually feel like they did a pretty good job with the dye. The only thing I don't like about the slivers, and I feel like this is most of the slivers that I see, the print is always like this really hard print. I don't really like it. I know some people do. So this will probably get sold as well. This is one of the most beautiful Ghost Rider tees of all times. I believe this is his transformation into Ghost Rider on the front. Then you have his head blown up in the background. Absolutely insane. On the XL Fruit of the Loom, if you guys know, some of these like old AOP megas go for insane amounts of money. With this particular one, I'm not quite sure. It just completely depends on how rare it is, and I have never seen this one. The Primus front and back long sleeve, and of course the Toby Keith. You got the Toby Keith little embossed rap tee style lettering going across, and then on the back it says, "Who's Your Daddy? Screenplay 2003." It sounds kind of crazy to say, but this is the second coolest Toby Keith tee I have seen. I do like country music. I'm not really a fan of Toby Keith specifically, but I will say Mr. Keith, or Toby, or Tobes, whatever you prefer to be called, you do have the coolest t-shirts out of all country singers that I have seen. My man is definitely pulling some inspiration from the rap tee genre. Speaking of which, we have another beautiful item, the Tupac crew neck on the Infinity tag. I did have this legit checked. A friend of mine who is a lot more knowledgeable when it comes to rap tees checked this one out for me. The majority of the items that I showed you guys today, well, I would say like 90% of it, whatever is not sold, will get sold on Whatnot. Like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure you follow me on there. Thrift Row, THRIFTROW. I will put that somewhere on the screen. And of course, a link to my Whatnot will be in the description below, along with a link to my Instagram, Thrift Row, THRIFTROW, where I will update you guys on what I am running and when I am running on Whatnot, although sometimes I do pop-up streams. So yeah, I would recommend following on both. That being said, one item that will not be for sale is this right here, because I worked out a trade. Like I said, I need my Eat Death back. I missed that shirt already, even though it's only been gone for like 2 weeks. And yeah, the homie Rode wanted this one, so we worked out a little trade for this and I believe 2 other t-shirts. I don't know exactly how many tees I have shown from this bundle. I hope that I have not missed any t-shirts. My apartment just has clothes everywhere, so I'm kind of hoping one in the bundle did not get mixed up. Of course, I will see when I edit. These are bootlegs. These are vintage bootlegs. They are bootlegs that were made in the 90s, and there are ways of legit checking those. Also, the individual who sold me the bundle told me where a lot of the pieces came from, and there was one piece in the bundle that was a little bit more questionable than the rest of the bundle, even in terms of where he got it from, which is of course this Snoop Dogg crew neck. Now, when I got this in hand, it felt new, but it is on an old Delta tag. He said he got this from Depop, but I found out this is actually a modern reprint. I don't know if they ever did make a crew neck like this. I do know that they have used these graphics, but my homie said he knows the person who printed these in 2019. Now, some of you guys may be confused because you're like, okay, well, if they're both bootlegs, who cares about the year? Well, most collectors care about the year, so a 90s boot is going to be more valuable than a 2019 boot. Most of the other tees are real and licensed and actual products that were released, but most of the rap tees are vintage boots, except for this one, which is, I guess, a modern reprint. Like I said, I know nothing about it, which means I will probably either keep it for myself, maybe I'll have my mom wear it. It'd be kind of cool, right? Have my mom wear the Snoop Dogg crew neck. If you guys tap into the live streams and you guys see my mom in the chat, you already know she's a big crib. Anyways, getting to this tee right here. Basically, this tee was sent as a gift. Now, when I first was talking to this individual, he sent me a receipt. He sent me a tracking number. I looked at the tracking number online to make sure that it was actually dropped off at the post office. But a lot of the local post offices can actually give you more in-depth information about the scan. So I decided to go in and actually make sure that this was scanned, so that way I could have a little bit more faith before sending this individual half the money. When I went into the post office, the individual informed me that the receipt that was given to me by the individual is actually not a receipt, but a quote. And that the tracking number provided by the seller of these products was a regular tracking number for a priority envelope. Instantly had me scared. He's telling me he's gonna send me 68 shirts, but the tracking number is saying that it's a tracking number for a priority envelope that is like this big. We're not fitting 68 shirts in that. So of course I'm kind of like sketched out. In my head, I'm like, why didn't you just put those in the box? I just did not know what was going on. I talked to him several times since then. He ended up being a really good dude. I don't think he was trying to scam. I tried to think of it from his perspective, and even though I make YouTube videos, I'm basically incentivized not to do something bad or something scammy, because if I do, then it kind of ruins my business and degrades the trust that I have built with the people who buy from me on a regular basis. If you haven't done business with me, you're selling me your personal collection, I could understand being hesitant to send it before receiving any funds. And so I think he sent the package to basically get me to send the money and then send the package. And the reason I do think that it was a completely genuine, like above board situation, there was this weird delay with the package where it said return to sender. He got a call basically asking if he still wanted to ship it. And mind you, I did not pay him anything at this point because of this little hiccup that we had. And he said, yes. I think just having enough communication with me, he trusted that I was going to send it as soon as I got the package in, which is what I did. But yeah, thank you for the extra t-shirt. I appreciate it, and I apologize for any of the miscommunication. I believe that is 67 shirts. I have another one in my hand right here. And this one is a gift for someone. A gift for a good friend of mine. RJ! Damn, this guy needs a shirt.
What's up, man? I'm out of shirt.
You really need a shirt. You know what? Hey, check this out. You need a shirt so bad, bro.
I don't want a fucking shirt.
You need this.
I don't need. Who is that? Is
Mike Tyson.
Oh, bro, that's the basketball player. Bro, it fits like a glove. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I can't wait to check someone at Goodwill with this. Give me the Carhartt jacket. This shit is hard, thank you. But this is hard. I'm gonna stretch it though a little bit. Or just tuck it in. Like when I was in prison, we used to have to tuck our shirts in. Dude, this is going in the video probably, so I don't want to say too much. Then you wear your ID right here. You say your DOC number. Bang, boom, boom.
Yeah, use that as a training shirt.
Just sweating it.
Quick little $1,000 training shirt.
It's the craziest shirt I got right now, honestly. The reason why I can't get too excited is I'm actually starting to get a half choke.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that in the bundle, I was like, yeah, he needs that.
You know what I'm gonna do with that shirt, bro?
Huh?
I'm gonna cut the sleeves off. I'm gonna cut the sleeves off and I'm gonna dye it. Or bleach it, like where it's all bleached. What do you think? Cut the sleeves off and then bleach it and then crop it, like where my stomach shows.
I think it's a terrible idea, but I mean, you know, it's yours, so do whatever you want with it.
Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield and he felt Evander kept headbutting him. So he said, fuck it. And he bit his ear off. Oh, what are you talking about? That's what he did.
Just bite it.
Bro, this shit is crazy. I don't even want to do this. You guys see what I just pulled?
You want to buy some cheap stuff?
He just pulled that.
I swear to, like, I went through the bins and like, this is crazy.
Fucking satellite room. You're lying.
Bro, I'm not playing. I just pulled this out the bins. Someone must have thrown it back, bro. This is crazy. It was in the.
He's trying so hard.
Bro, it was in the bin. You guys were digging it. This is crazy.
I wasn't digging it anything.
24? I don't know. Can you meet me at 25?
Okay, I don't know where in the video I miscounted, but I went through all the piles and it comes to 67 shirts, not 64. You might be saying, well, Jacob, you're still one short. Well, no, that's because there was a Grateful Dead all over print that I put in my future giveaway pile. It's a really good Grateful Dead. It is a little thrash. It's got some distressings, but it will be given away for free on Whatnot in the next couple weeks. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Anyways, if you guys can help me figure out where this dang mathematical error in the video was, I would greatly appreciate it. And for my fellow clothing obsessed individuals, if you guys have been waiting to see some pickups, some things coming up, I got so much new stuff coming in. I wish I had time at the post office to go today because I have packs waiting for your boy. Plus, I got some good stuff at the Portland Vintage Market. Like I said, stay tuned for the next video. I will also be at ThriftCon in Portland at the end of this month. I believe it is about a week and a half from now. So if you are in the Pacific Northwest area, make sure you stop by, come say what's up. I should also be at the Faded Show in Providence, Rhode Island. And if I fail to see you at any of those upcoming events, then follow me on Whatnot, like I said before, and I will see you guys every single Thursday. I do appreciate all the support. I always say this, but I would not have any of the things that I have. I would not be able to do stuff like this and spend almost $10,000 on clothes and then resell it and show it off. Like, that's just a lot of capital to put out at one time. And even though I've already almost made it back from a small portion of some of the best tees, it's kind of crazy that this is reality. Like, I still wake up almost every single day and it just doesn't feel real. Like, it never ceases to amaze me that this is my life. I wouldn't have this life without you guys. Thank you. Make sure you check me out on Whatnot. Like I said, I will leave my Whatnot right here. I also want to thank everyone who supports me on Instagram. ThriftRow, THRIFTROW is my thrift page, and my main page, The Star Life, THESTARRLIFE. Also, for those of you guys that have been waiting, I know it's been a long time, but the reason I did not post last week is because I've been prepping a bunch of items and trying to get my inventory measured and just all the info for each piece. And I'm planning a website drop. So thank you guys so much for the support. I do appreciate it. I know I say thank you every single video, but I can never say thank you enough. Even if every single video was just 20 minutes of me thanking you, the fact that I have this life thanks to you guys watching my videos, it still would not be enough. If you made it this far, of course, comment, who's your daddy? Thank you guys to everyone that does leave those comments at the end. For the people who watch it all the way through, I appreciate you, bars. I do read every single person who comments the requested comment, and I always try to heart every single person who comments the requested comments, and usually I put it at the end of the next video if I have time to edit, and right now I'm running behind, so hopefully I have time. If not, I love you all, and yeah, just if you made it this far, I love you. And while you're at it, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. All right, I'll see you guys later. As always, keep them the star life. I appreciate it from the top and bottom of my heart. And peace.
And listen closely.